Hello and happy Thursday or Friday, depending on when you are watching this. We are recording on a Wednesday, and welcome to episode number 144 of the Community
Wow.
Recap. This is a big number. We're really going long, 144. And Maddie, you're back at home. I'm not. We'll get to that in a second. We took last week off, but how are you doing? And I like that new shirt.
Thank you very much. Yeah, new acquisition, right? I just received it yesterday, so I'm pretty happy with it. I also have one with Legend, so pretty cool. So yeah, let me just say hello, community. Great to be back. We are after 2 weeks, right? Of break. Is it 1 week or 2 weeks? I can't even recall.
Well, last week was the US Thanksgiving holiday. You had a busy week
Yeah,
and some special stuff, and we'll talk about that in a
yeah.
moment. But I took an extra day off. I was out of town. I didn't have it in me. Community, don't hate, don't judge. And I was late the week before to push, right? We didn't get it out till like Friday late, so I broke all the rules.
Exactly. All the rules. We had so much content as well. And yeah, it was like really breaking all the rules. But I think it was a good show. And I saw like people enjoyed it and engaged with it. So yeah, as you said, it was really busy for me last week. We had a VUG in person in Romania, but we're going to talk about it in the special department news. And yesterday it was as well busy with another initiative like the Empower, which is actually a cool name, as you said, VMCE for women, as the name says, Empower. And yeah, we're going to talk all about that later on. But where are you? Because yeah, you are not at home.
Yeah, I'm not at home. I'm in Barcelona, which is why local time it's 4:08 a.m. For me, and it's much earlier than we usually record for you. But I'm at HPE Discover this week. There's two big events. There's HPE Discover, and then there's AWS reInvent in Las Vegas, right? So it's a busy week, and this is like that last week of the big IT things for the year. So I got Michael and Julia out there at AWS reInvent, this one, and then I'm almost totally done for trips. So I'm really looking forward to that home stretch of things. But and you could tell this modern soup. I don't want to move the camera, but my window, Maddie, and everybody, you got to see it. It's like a seashell.
Oh, yeah, that looks nice.
You know
Yeah,
how Barcelona is all so funky and modern.
it is
And
indeed. Yes, I love that about it.
I love that about it, but it took me a good 20 minutes to figure out like this room and there's no handles on the things. Where do I pull? And it's just
I think
funky.
it's
And
the press thing, it's just like pressing to open
yeah,
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
it user interface testing. Who knows?
there you go.
All right.
GUI.
Yeah, let's get into it. We've got a lot. Not that yet. Not yet. Not yet. All right. We're going to start with some key content to share. We're going to start with Shane and oh, wow, cool sport. Shane, this is outstanding. I mean, it's pretty easy to catch this one, but Maddie, this is a great post.
I totally agree, Rick. I really loved it, and I saw a lot of engagement as well. So basically, what Shane is doing here, he has started implementing Linux systems as Veeam backup components in his environment, and he says that the reason why he wanted to do that is to decrease the hidden security risk Windows systems tend to pose. I know he has been saying it for a long time that he's going to do it, but he finally probably he studied a little bit and now he's ready to actually put everything in practice. And he started with Veeam Agent for Linux. And he gives us basically an overview on the implementation process, pretty detailed. Great job in there, Shane. He talks about the agent architecture and the components, the requirements, requisites, and basically before installing the Linux agent, there are some tasks that he says most likely they need to perform to ensure the agent installation is successful. And then, of course, he gives us a detailed listing in there. And after that, basically start the agent installation. He also talks about some challenges. In here, he calls those challenges hiccups. So that's a really, really good section if you go over it. And then he also got an error. So that was when attempting to install the Veeam release package. And he's also sharing, if you can see there are like 3 other good posts from other members that also had some situations when trying to install the agent. So that's good to share. And then last step is obviously the configuration. And of course, at the end, he's going to share some tips and tricks for us. So great article in there. Thank you, Shane, for doing that.
Yeah, outstanding, Shane. And I mean, I think this is also a really good milestone. And you might remember everyone. I don't think maybe he did a post on it, but Shane just got his VMCE credential, either the newest one or the advanced architect. Can't remember which one, but he just had a milestone with the certification too. So he's putting it to work. And so that's really cool, Shane, to write all this up. And the one thing I'll say is I remember back when this product didn't even have a user interface. Oh, wow, how far it has come. But no, this is so great. Thank you so much, Shane, for sharing that good stuff. And also, let us know how it goes when you do things like restores and updates. And 12.1 is right around the corner. There you go. If you need a blog idea, I think you got it. All right. We haven't called this name in a while. Eduardo Rano with a
Yeah.
step-by-step upgrade for VSPC. This is cool.
Yeah, but like even if we haven't called his name, he's been pretty active in the community. It's just like it's so much good content in the community lately, and it's so difficult to choose. So that's why. But we decided to actually go over this because we wanted to bring the cloud and roll back the creativity back to the recap. So yeah, as you said, basically what he's doing in here, he's just giving an overview on the upgrade process for Veeam Service Provider Console to V7. And interesting and really good to note is like if you run Veeam Service Provider Console version 5, for instance, you must first perform an upgrade of all Veeam Service Provider Console components to version 6. So I think this is really important to know because you might just want to upgrade to 7 from 5, and then you might just get frustrated in the process because you missed on this important information. But yeah, then he also shares some links to a deployment guide, which I think is really good, as well as the cumulative patches link. So really, really good. Good steps, good for the people that are interested in this upgrade.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll say is that, really in the community, we don't cover the service provider console enough or that much, really. So, Eduardo, thank you so much for that because like I said, it's super critical to our business and our product set. And I just kind of feel bad because I just now realized we don't cover it that much. So thank you for that. So, and those of you else in the community that are using VSPC, maybe you have some tips on updating and testing it as well. Let us know what those are. But thank you so much, Eduardo, for that one. All right. I'm gonna stop it with the nickname, Michael. I'm gonna stop it. He
Can
told me
you? Are you sure,
I'm
Rick?
going to. The gentleman's name
I
is
think he
Michael
likes it.
Paul.
I think he likes it.
I don't know. He gave me a look, but I do like the guy. Anyways,
Yeah.
Michael Paul from the UK is up with actually something that I think is really cool. He wrote this up, I think, also on his own blog post, but he's talking about compression. I think this is actually something people are usually really interested in.
I agree, and I saw a lot of engagement in there. He's running some tests on that, and you can see basically the improvements to the compression ratios offered in the Veeam back replication V12. And Yeah, basically he's talking about what historically was happening with the high and the optimal and the extreme, and then he shows us as well like a comparison between V11 and then V12, and you can really see a great improvement. And I really like that he's actually testing it, you know, like he's not just taking some numbers from somewhere and he's just putting it in there. And I think that's why people really appreciate it and really like it. So yeah, great job in there. I think this is the second article that is very similar. I can't remember what he tested last time, but it was very similar to this one. I don't know, can you recall it? Because I remember we mentioned it as well, but that was like a few months ago.
Well, I feel it was more around like the um uh yeah, I remember it, but I can't remember
Yeah.
exactly. So I should have prepped a little bit more. Sorry about that. But what I think super important here is the just the trade-off, right? These numbers are significant differences here. And if I am architecting an environment, so many times people are coming at me about storage efficiency, compression, dedupe, the spaceless full backups, WAN acceleration, anything that we can do to reduce uh, storage consumption. But what I personally actually think is the one thing I want to drive down the most is this, is time. Look at the difference here of time, right? Like take these two right here. 51 seconds or 8. Wow. And you're only getting with that 8 more minutes and a lot more CPU usage, you're only getting like, granted this is a small data set, but this is about 2 gigs difference. And to me, that's significant, but it's not um I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze because time is the most important thing in my opinion. Uh-oh, we're live here, Maddie, but like my power's out and I
No
and oh
way.
no no well not out, but I'm
Oh,
like my computer's like freaking out because it's like, do I have juice? It's plugged in, but it's not charging. How in the world can that work from an outlet? Oh boy. Um, but anyways, Sir Michael Paul, thank you so much for that one. Uh, Maddie, we're gonna keep going here. This is live. Why don't you talk about this one, and I'm gonna get over to the other outlet, but I need a converter. Tell me about what's coming up here
yeah. So
with this Brazil event. Looks like.
yes, we have a virtual event coming soon. Actually, that's going to happen next week, and it's going to be on the 5th. I don't know in what language did you just translate this. This is definitely not Portuguese in there, Rick. So I don't know what language did you translate it in.
Oh, I what did I translate it? I
I
went to
don't
the
know.
wrong
You just,
language.
yes,
Oh,
I
I went to
believe so.
Welsh. I just
It
thought, why would
should
it
be
start with
Portuguese.
how about let's go with that. How's that?
Yeah, that works better. So yeah,
Okay.
basically this is happening next week on the 5th. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it because I think it's around 1 a.m. my time, but Safia is going to be there and I'm going to definitely watch it on our Veeam YouTube because it's going to be up there after the show. And then, yeah, basically the VUG leaders from Brazil, Beth and Mateus and Jean, they going to talk about Veeam components, about infrastructure. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to go because we haven't had a Brazil event in very long time. I think the last one they had at the hub, it was in the pandemic if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So
Yeah.
this is really great to bring it back to the community. So it's always good. I always like this kind of events that are not in English, because this offers the possibility of people that are not that good with English. They don't understand it very well. They don't speak it very well. Even more important, because then they're going to feel confident to ask questions, and understand better the the content. So I really appreciate all these initiatives from our VUG leaders from all over the world. So great job in there.
And Brazil is always so strong. I mean, look at this pre-reg number, 28. That's a really solid number. And we still have over a week to go, almost a week to go. So, no, thank you, Jean. Thank you, Elizabeth. And thank you, Wolf. That's going to be great. And sorry about leaving you out to dry there with the Welsh translation there, Maddie. Let's try that again now with the French user group. And oh, look at that. Now it wants to go by default to English. And there's going to be one in France, which is great because we had that one in the South, I think, maybe
Yeah,
2 months ago.
Monaco.
And yeah, in Monaco. And this will be a great, let's see what it looks like. What's up for the agenda? Yes, yes, yes. And then here we go. You know, the Monaco team set the bar pretty high on a solid agenda. I
Yes,
think
they
they're pretty
have.
good here too. This is looking good.
Yeah, and also I believe they're gonna have like a
What?
high number. Yeah, you're gonna get Hannes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And he's gonna have like a session of Ask Me Anything, which is really amazing. I really love that about it. Um, so yeah, I think like Hannes and Fabian, they want to get more involved with the Vim user groups. They want to be more present at this, because obviously they're at the Vim user groups, you get like the technical people from partners and our customers. So it is important for them to have those conversations. And I saw how important it was in Czech Republic to have Hannes there, because people were actually interested to talk to product management, and they were like very appreciative to have somebody. They were like, oh, I didn't know at these events product management is present. So that was really great, and I'm happy that he's gonna go as well here. And this is going to be great, as you said, like the Monaco team, Chris and Philippe, they raised the bar in there. They had a really great event with like, I think about 50, 60 people. And I believe this one is going to be 70. Let's see.
Oh,
So we have also like two sponsors in there, as you can see. Scality is offering the venue, and HP, I believe they might just sponsor some maybe food, drinks. And I feel like this is going to be great event. Pretty
I
bad
want,
I'm not going to be there,
I'm
but
just real
yeah,
curious. What's that asterisk mean? What does that mean?
I
There's an
think
asterisk there.
that might actually be just a mistake from our web team,
Maybe.
or because it happened that as well with the Romanian page. We
Mm.
also had a similar situation. So
Okay.
I
Oh,
believe,
it
yeah,
says, here
yeah.
we go. It will be in English. That's what that's saying. Okay.
Okay.
I was
Maybe
like,
that's okay.
yeah, because
Okay.
that's interesting with the browser translation. That went away. Did you see that?
Okay.
Look at that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Now we learned something. So
There you go.
awesome. Cool. That looks
Mm.
like good stuff. And big shout out to Eric, Bertrand, and Julian Moscatine. That'll be great. All right. Next up, and I already voted. Did you, audience? I know
I did.
you probably did, Maddie, but did the viewers vote?
I
Vlog of
hope
the month.
so.
Yeah, I hope
I hope
so.
so, because we have 8 pieces of content that are so, so good. It was so difficult to pick, because there is, as I said earlier, there is so much good content. And we have 2 months, right? So this was a special edition. Usually we go for 6 blogs, but being 2 months, I was like, and we have so much good content, let's just go for 8. And I can see that a lot of people already voted, but hopefully we're going to get more people voting for that. We going to have our deadline on Sunday, and Monday we are going to congratulate the winner.
And I had to log out because if I'm logged in, you can see what I voted for and see the
There you
results.
go.
So you got to vote to see how it's going. So, and, big shout out Michael, Joe, J Max, Damien, Albert, Marco, Julian, Luis, uh,
Antonio.
and yes, thank you all for sharing and good luck to each of you. So, all right, last piece of content. I guess we kind of transparently went to special department. It is the Veeam Innovation Awards, and that's something that's going to be announced at VeeamON 2024. And I want to highlight that there's a kind of a new category, what we're calling a platform category, meaning if you, the viewers, build something that is used in your community, used in your market, that is a new type of thing. It's not just I'm using it as a customer or I offer something good to customers, but I'm building something for the market. That's a new category. So that means there's going to be a new winner, which means your chances to win have increased. So definitely check this out. Here's some previous winners from the previous years with some videos and some stories as well as the partner versions. Um, Literally V100 members are littered through here too,
Yeah.
so
Again,
uh,
the community.
yeah, community for sure. Will that be the case in this new category here, the platform category? So
Let's hope so. Fingers
yeah,
crossed for them. But it's getting better and better, these Veeam Innovation Awards. So
yeah,
I love it.
yeah, yeah. Hold on, you got to look closely at some of these pictures, right? Hold on. Okay, one time we had one of these pictures and the lady had like four arms. Like, what's going on here? But anyways, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Rick, don't forget the demo. Okay, let me do that real quick because I know we've got a long episode, but this is a quick demo. I
Let's
know
do
that
it.
we spoke a lot about that malware detection in 12.1 or the Veeam Data Platform 23H2 release. We just had, well, a week ago or so, we had the release candidate go out. Now, this is still the beta one, but I wanted to do something to show you how it goes because I'm getting ready to rebuild my environment. But once I have these detected malwares, and you might remember I talked about this earlier, it could be from detecting encrypted data, or it can be from an explicit antivirus scan with secure restore or the sure backup types that will do just a scan, or if there's a presence from the AI ML learning engine of specific malware extensions or behavior. There's a lot of different ways we can find potential behavior. Let's suppose I want to mark it as clean. Okay. This is something I've not demoed before because I loved to keep this little inventory in here. So if I take, in this particular one, by the way, this one is actually Corinne on our team. I think it's her domain controller. And domain controllers have encrypted databases by design for the Active Directory domain, right? So in a way, this could be a false positive, but it's interesting because it's like one of the only ones we caught that have that. And it might also be because I don't have permissions to read it because it's not on my domain. But you can see the history of all the different scans that got us to there. But sometimes if I've done like a explicit scan like this, which we have, I showed that before. If we've done that and it's clean from malware or Yara perspective, we can mark it as clean. Now, marking it as clean is a really important thing, and that's what I wanted to show everybody today. So that tells me that this particular system is going to be assumed clean, right? So um, we can have other things come and trigger it, but the thing that made it trigger that one time, we're going to mark as clean. And now this is a one caution down here. I don't know if I'd exclude it ongoing, right? That's something you might want to think about. But if you have stuff already under management by Veeam, you could also select this top option in red. Let's mark those as clean as well. So let me just say it's the AD database and I scanned it clean. RV 29 November 2023, something like that. And then you could also do that. I'm not going to do the bottom one, but watch what happens. Once I mark it as clean, this should decrement down to 4. Real simple. Now, that doesn't mean that other things can't happen. But what it does do is clean it out of that malware detection. And if you go over here, I should see, I'll just expand everything that has red, and RBDC shouldn't be listed anywhere. Yep. So now you know. That's just a quick look at that, the follow through of the malware detection. If you've scanned it, if you've got other things telling you it's okay, this is one pretty easy way that you can, handle that data. All right. I kind of like doing those demos, by the way, Maddie. There's always um, a quick demo to be had, and our audience always loves that. So I'm going to see if I can keep myself on the hook for that. But anyways,
I
now,
think that's great. Yeah, we should probably find ways
yeah,
to bring more demos to
yeah,
the
yeah.
recap.
So I think I'm going to bring, after VGA, I'm going to do the Cirrus product because that's really cool. All right, we're going to do this week in pictures, but it's actually 2 weeks in pictures. Okay. So I didn't forget the demo, and then we'll go into who's new. So this is what was going on over Thanksgiving in the U.S. You and AZ were busy in Razvan, and there's
Christian
Christy.
as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
and Cornell. So yes, basically we had our first VUG Romania in-person event. That was last week on Thursday, and we had over 20 customers and partners that joined us. It was really engaging, very, very engaging, like a lot of questions because it was a small group and people felt like, not under pressure and it was not formal or anything. So people really felt confident and asked a lot of questions. And there were so many great conversations. And we are still looking for a leader, basically. But I feel like in this group, we already kind of targeted some people that have potential for that. So we are looking forward to talk to them. It was half the event, good conversations. There were like, I think, 4 or 5 sessions, different subjects, Microsoft 365. We had Vlad, we had AZ uh, talking
Ra-
about
ransomware looks like.
ransomware,
Yeah,
cybersecurity. Yes,
that's yeah.
that was really good. We had Rezvan. He kind of shared as well with us some knowledge about communities because he's a VMware leader for Romania. So he shared with us that information as well. He also talked about a bit about VMCE courses. So it was a lot of tips and tricks from his side. Christian, I want to thank him for helping out as well with organization. And my special thanks goes to Cornel Popescu. He acted as a leader, as a moderator. He's not in the pictures because he was always disappearing doing something. He's not
Wow.
there either. There is one picture with his back in the picture where AZ is
Oh,
presenting.
I think
That's
that's
him.
that's him right
That's
there.
him.
Yeah.
Yes. But special thanks to him because he was the one inviting all these people. He knows all these people. They are our customers. They are our partners as well. So he helped out putting all this event together. So kudos to him. Thank you, Cornel, for that. And hopefully next time we can actually have like a proper picture of you. But yeah, we have to keep on going with this momentum. People really enjoyed having these kind of meetings. We even had somebody coming from Cluj
Really?
for this event, really.
Wow.
And Cluj is not that close to Bucharest. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I
So
mean, that's like, is that like, a couple hour train ride or something, or?
couple hours, like over 6 hours. Yeah.
Oh, whoa, well,
Yeah.
Romania's a big country. That much I
Yeah.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know where Cluj is. So, wow,
So
that's awesome.
So yeah, that was really good. Good event, and hopefully we're gonna be able to keep on the momentum, working maybe on a virtual one now, finding the leader. So there are still things to settle down in there, but I think we have to keep on going with this.
Um, The other cool thing that's happening actually right now, and we talked about this at the beginning, is the Empower VMCE 2023. This was some news from Veeam where we said, hey, we're going to allocate, was it 100? I can't remember. There was a number, 50. There was an,
150. Yeah.
yeah, a seats of the VMCE course to females. And this is awesome. And on the top are photos from the event going on in Bucharest. There's Razvan again, and there's you again in the mix always. And then down below, we're doing the same thing concurrently in Atlanta in the US for some people from the Americas. They started a little bit different times, so they're all business down there. So if we got, later today, we might get some more, social pics, but it's really great to see that happening. And when you sent me these pictures, Maddie, something caught my eye. And I was like, what the heck? You have been handing out Alfred pins, and I know exactly who was responsible for that. So
Yeah.
that caught my eye on the picture there. I saw the Alfred pins, and those two ladies were all over it. So that
Yeah,
is your
this
doing.
was
So
great. Yes, this is my doing, of course. And
yeah,
as I was telling you, they really enjoyed the pins. They really enjoyed the tote bags because I gave them, like, it doesn't work with men, like
no,
it doesn't
right.
work as it works with ladies. It's like they always gonna enjoy like a cat, like a
Something
mascot, like
cute.
a pin,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
cute. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not gonna work with men as
No,
much as we are trying. Well, the Veeam 100, they like it,
yeah,
let's be
yeah.
honest. But joke aside, what I wanted to say is just like this is a very dear project to Danny, the Empower, and he's a very big supporter, and he helped out the ladies that are involved. And I want to mention Federica, our close community friend. Uh, and just want to give them the special thanks for doing that, because after the conversations I had last night with these ladies, I understand how powerful this project is and how impactful can be on their careers and on their lives, like it was a great honor, honestly, to be with these women and have all those conversations and hear their stories about, like many of them, they did not study. They were not studying engineer. They moved to, like tech
Self-taught.
positions
Yes.
later on
Yeah.
in their lives, in their careers. And they are talking about how that changed their life. And this is another step towards, like improving, getting better skills for growing even further in their career. So that was really, really great conversation. I'm really looking forward to hear more as well on the training that was delivered. It is delivered actually today as well in Atlanta. But overall, I feel like this is one of the best Veeam initiatives
Yeah.
since I started, at least.
I think it is. And I think this is the first year we've done it. And yes, Danny is the executive sponsor of this. And um, I think we should just go big with it. But the real question is, Maddie, did you get them all to join the community hub? That is my
You
question.
should, we forgot to do that, but you should go now if you have like the community hub open. Maybe you can
Oh,
just go there before we go to the who's new.
I closed all my
And
tabs. That's what I do when we're done. But let's do
yeah,
it.
just introduce the new weight group, which is the women and allies in tech group. So if you go
Mm.
to groups, this is going to be public. This is something that we've been working on for a while, and we only made it public 2 days ago. And for now, the leaders are Corinne in our team and Federica. They are the leaders of this group. We did talk about this group here
Oh, this
in,
is cool.
yes, there you go, right? And yeah, for the time being, it's just like few people because we just opened it to the public. This was introduced to the women here in Bucharest. It was introduced as well to the women in in Atlanta, and this is going to be introduced to the women that are going to take the courses virtually, because there are going to be some virtual courses for the women that were not able to make it. So we are invited all women that are interested in, like growing in this
Join us,
industry to join
absolutely.
this group. Yes.
Yeah, cool. That's more special department news. Look at that.
Look at that.
Awesome.
I forgot to open it to send it to you. See?
There's
But
so much to cover this week, Maddie, and I think I went to size 4 font with Sophia's help to cover this who's new. Look at this.
oh
This is
my goodness,
crazy.
this is
Well, it is two
amazing.
weeks. It is 2 weeks.
Yes.
But
But
a lot
still
of
pretty
lot
good.
of good, yeah, yeah, and a lot of interesting names here. I'm looking for some. I like that one right there. Compute. I compute that. That's cool. Let's see. What did Sophia pick as the coolest usernames? She picked Infrastructure, Fair
Of
Shout,
course.
Yoke Fellow, Ghost of Atticus, Flying Cheetah 2000. Those are good usernames. Good shout
Oh, I
there. Good
love that Ghost
selections.
of Atticus.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Yeah. And then this one spoke to me, Maddie.
Let's
Alfred's
see.
pick. Backup is silver, restore is gold. I
Oh
love that.
my goodness.
That is that's a
That's a
play.
message already.
Yeah. Well, I have said for a long time, backup for show, restore for dough. Okay. That's a whole, it plays off of golf, of drive for show, putt for dough. But that last one, Alfred's pick, spoke to me. There will be a badge coming your way. Backup is silver, restore is gold. It's also quite long, but I can remember that without even looking. So I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think so. That's a lot.
That'll teach us for skipping a week again.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it was all valuable content in here. So that's the most important.
I think we'll be back on regular conditions next week. At least I will. I hope you will.
I
And
will.
I was thinking about it with Sophia. We might want to take a week or two towards the end of the year off, but we got probably one or two more episodes we'll do. But I think we should take a little break and then,
Probably
start.
the
Yeah.
Christmas week, the New Year's Eve, like those 2 weeks, maybe
Yeah.
we can take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Something like
Mhm.
that. All right, Maddie. Hey, thank you so much for curating all of this today. And the WAIT group, Women and Allies in Tech, that is awesome. Let's just let that grow. That's gonna be awesome. And I love that look. That is so cool.
Let's see if we
Love
can
it.
achieve it
Yeah,
with the
love it.
rebranding. But
All right,
yeah,
everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you stayed till the end, you should earn a prize, but I have no prize to give. But I do appreciate everyone sticking around. We will see you next week.